changes after every movie, but
Give me some examples.
I watched Top Gun, and then I was like, I'm gonna be this cool
Air Force
person, gonna be like in this uniform and all.
Ever since I saw my brother struggling to figure out what to pick, I still have 3 years. I've decided, and I know I want to go forward with it.
Like while he was making the decision, you were doing all your homework. What do you want to be when you grow up? First of all, does this question irritate you?
Yes.
Because I'm sure a lot of people ask you this question. Yeah?
Every time like I go to family gathering,
Huh.
or my friends, my family, my friends again.
Hello and welcome to Live at the Hive, a show where we take big questions and we ask it to little people. But in this case, not so little people. This is my class of teenagers, and I meet them every weekend, and we always have some really intriguing conversations. But we thought today's show should be about something that I think is asked of children really often, which is, what do you want to be when you grow up? First of all, does this question irritate you?
Yes.
Because I'm sure a lot of people ask you this question. Yeah?
Every time like I go to family gathering,
Huh.
or my friends, my family, my friends again.
Not
Random
really
people.
for me.
Yeah.
No? Nobody
No.
asked you that question?
They ask me, but it doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother you.
No.
Does it bother you, Vedika?
It bothers me so much because I've not decided what to become, and then every time somebody's gonna ask me, I'm like, I'm not decided yet. I'm
And they
not
give this
decided."
reaction where they be like,
Oh, you've not decided yet? Yeah.
Like almost as if like you're 48 and you've not
Yeah.
decided yet. Like really? You know, there's a really interesting story that I remember reading. Michelle Obama wrote this book called Becoming, right? And her whole logic of calling it Becoming was, you know, when you ask people what do you want to be when you grow up, the point is that you never really become anything. You're always becoming. Sometimes, like I'm 37 now, and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Like I'm just figuring out what I like and trying to do a bit more of it and a bit more of it and a bit more of it. But I do think that choosing career paths can be a very overwhelming experience, and it's usually like a major life crisis point, right? First of all, do any of your parents have stories where they trained to be something and then they ended up becoming something else completely?
yes.
Yes. What about you?
My dad went into the field of agriculture, and at the moment he's a sugar trader.
So that's not so far. I guess he goes from agriculture to trade, but it's still in the like, you know, it's in
Like-
the same universe, in the same chain.
Yeah.
My dad always wanted to be a cricketer. Even if we're like in the house, he's gonna have this ball and he's gonna be like balling it in action and this. But he ended up becoming a finance manager.
I think behind every accounts person is a hidden actor. You know, there's a hidden Shah Rukh and Sachin inside every accounts office.
My dad, like he trained to be an electrical engineer, and became an electrical engineer. But like sometimes he does like stuff that like isn't what an electrical engineer does. Like he learned Python coding. And
Okay.
then one day I saw him making a office PPT about office chairs, because he had to furnish his office.
Okay.
So
My dad was training to be an electrical engineer. He now shops for chairs. Okay, wow. He's going to be so mad at you when he watches this show. He's going to be like, that is not my career. Thanks for defaming me, Arav. Okay. You guys have same story, of course. Twins, in case you all didn't notice. So I'm always a little torn about this subject, okay? Because I feel on one hand that we don't ask kids enough, like we don't give them enough information about possible careers when they're in school. And on the other side, I feel like we just ask kids too often, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? Almost as if it's some destination that they're pushing towards and we have to buy one ticket to go to that place, right? But that's not the case. So do you guys think that we're asking this question of kids a little too early? Or is it that we're just giving them that information too late? Like both of you have kind of not decided, right?
Yeah.
And both of you have kind of decided. So actually, let's ask that first. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A mechanical engineer and backup chef.
Wow. So plan A, plan B sorted, and it's been that way for a long time.
Yes.
Okay.
Almost 3 years.
What about you? What do you want to be when you grow up?
It changes after every movie, but
Give me some examples. Did you want to become Milkha Singh after Bhag Milkha Bhag and then like that?
No, so I watched Top Gun, and then I was like, I'm gonna be this cool
Air Force.
Air Force person, going to be like in this uniform and all. And then once when I was a kid, I used to watch these like princess movies, and I used to be like, I'm gonna marry a prince and I'm gonna be going around.
That's not a career, you know that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, great.
She had this thing. I want to be a zoologist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had watched this zoo movie and I was like,
Zootopia.
yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna help animals and I'm gonna be
Okay.
like their savior and I'm gonna.
Wow.
be
So then the real advice here is that if you're a career counselor, just like make movies because that's the only effective way to get people to make any good decisions. Have you decided, Vedika?
Not really.
Okay. But you know what you don't want to be.
Yeah.
And what do you not want to be?
A doctor. So basically, I wanted to become a doctor, okay? And then I didn't find the potential in me, or like I didn't really I was not so much interested in it. So I'm like, I'm not being a doctor.
But then why did you want to be? But you're saying you wanted to be a doctor, and then you're saying I was not interested.
Yeah, she wanted to be a doctor, but then after that, the science became complicated and she
I
found out
lost
you have to
interest in it.
go
I'm like,
near
no
it.
way.
No, this is a bit much. This is a bit much. It was fun when we were playing with the stethoscope. And abhi nahi chahiye. Are you?
Well, I've been undecided for a long time. I was like recently looking into like food science, and then I was also thinking of like something in IT.
Okay.
But the things like I don't want to do. Like I don't want to do doctor because it's too long. It's too much studies.
Yeah.
And anything in economics because I find economics like very very boring.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm pretty like open to anything. I try something.
Open to anything.
Hopefully it'll work.
That's nice. You know what? I wonder though sometimes whether have we made it very hard for you by not giving you enough information about possible careers out there?
I mean, for all of us, it's gonna get a little hard because now we have to choose in October and we have like no idea. And I think we should have been given like a backstory of what everything is, or like a little bit of. I think we should have been like told what we should be doing.
Okay.
Told.
But the whole idea is to help you make the choice. But it's a bit like taking you right now to like a Lulu hypermarket and saying, pick what you want to eat, right?
Yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
what? There's a lot of choices here. Is that what you feel? Do you feel that you've been not given enough information, or do you feel you've been given too much information?
Like for me, I think I've given like less information because I genuinely do not know what to do. Like
Okay.
I like every week, every month I change. Okay, I'll try to do this, and figure out like I don't want to do this because I don't like the subjects that are in this, or I'm not interested in that field.
It's generally like for me, supposedly I scored good in science. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna take science, and then I scored good in necessity and don't score good in science. I'm like, oh my god, I cannot take my stream as science. I didn't score good in
But
science.
that's not a good way to pick your future subjects, right?
Yeah.
Because doing well at something doesn't necessarily mean you'll enjoy that job. Like I
Yeah.
might be good at maths, but that doesn't mean I want to be an accountant. Like that kind of life would just kill me. So like
I think we have to still create interest
yeah.
in like many topics, which we have not.
So what's a way in which that you managed to crack it? Or do you think you're going to be loyal to this mechanical engineer stuff until your dying day?
I'm going to be loyal to it because ever since I saw my brother struggling to figure out what to pick, I still have 3 years. I've decided, and I know I want to go forward with it.
Like while he was making the decision, you were doing all your homework, making sure that by the time you came to the crossroads, you already had all of your work done. Okay, so what kind of career counseling would you guys need, or what kind of information do you need in order to be able to make this decision better? If you had to plan something, say for the batches that are 2 years your junior, right? The kids who are 12 and 13 right now, what would you do in school? Let's say you had unlimited resources, unlimited abilities. How would you make the path better for the next generation coming after you?
I think that firstly I would create this one period, not in a week, but like maybe once a month or whatever, in which we would basically, instead of asking the child what you want to do, we would give like a set of activities which would be undercover tests to see which is good for like who is connected to which subject more, or like try to understand what they really need from inside instead of just asking them straight up, what do you want to do?
Isn't that a bit like Kidzania?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically you want a school level Kidzania, like a de-glammed school level Kidzania once a month.
Yeah.
So you can keep trying this thing
Yeah.
and figuring out whether you're good at something or not.
If they,
Okay.
if they like keep trying new things, then they generate interest in new things. And
Yeah.
maybe they can decide what they want to do and what they want to be.
Now you're interested, I know, for example, in politics, because whenever you write a podcast in my class or whenever you're doing any material, it's always around something political. So, you've already experimented with that and you figured it out, but there's still barriers in choosing that as your future career, right?
Yeah, well, there's like a stigma around taking humanities as a course in the CBSE, like, what do you call it?
Yeah.
Curriculum.
Yeah,
Curriculum.
curriculum.
Yeah.
Like many people say that it's not it's like it limits your options and stuff. So that's why like my parents, they said like to avoid taking humanities and take science and like switch later.
Yeah.
But like what I think is like if you instill wonder into like a career that's like very common, like we instill wonder into careers like astronaut and like pilot and stuff. But if you
Yeah.
instill wonder into like normal everyday jobs that everyone does, that would also make the person more interested towards what like more realistic stuff.
Okay, fair enough. So what you're saying is that basically some jobs that just don't have a great marketing department. Like astronaut has a great marketing department. Like they make it look super glam and it's really awesome. But then say data science, for example. Maybe not everyone even knows what data science is, or they've not yet been able to like look at that and go, oh wow, like that would be such a cool mountain to climb, right? Okay, interesting. So how would you do that? How would you, introduce, I like the idea of introducing wonder to a subject. How do you introduce wonder to a subject in school?
I think that breaking the stereotypes is like the biggest thing. Like let's just say Indian curriculum, and that if you take science means you have to go forward with science. But if you see the other curriculums, you can switch anytime you want if your interest changes. Or I think that we shouldn't just limit it to one thing. I think that the line of streams as like a grouped thing should just be completely cut out.
I couldn't agree more, and I can't. You know what irritates me is that it's been 20 years since I left school.
Yeah.
20 years, and we have not figured this out, CBSE.
It's like
CBSE is not blurring those lines.
Yeah, like I could not understand as a kid why can I not take maths, economics, and theatre as a combination. And you know what? Nobody like when I asked that question when I was 17, they said, "Well, you're not ever going to have a career that requires all three." And actually, right now, I do. Because I run a theatre business that requires me to look at balance sheets, know my economics, be able to calculate fast, and know my drama. So why the hell couldn't you give me this option when I was 17? It really bugs me. If you could take any combination of subjects you wanted without being limited to this idea of streams, what would your respective combinations be?
I would definitely take theatre as one.
Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment. Okay.
And I would take theatre, then something related to science, obviously, maybe like more into the biology side. And then I would also take something related to like legal studies or something.
Great. So theatre, biology, and legal studies. Now, why can't we have that combo offer? Right? What would you take?
I think I would take one would be like from the music and like
The arts.
depending on
Yeah.
Then one I would like to take from science. I'm not sure which, like chemistry, bio, physics. I'm not decided that. And something near maths but not so maths.
Like stats, maybe statistics,
Like math.
Maybe.
or applied math. Yeah, applied math is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, for some people. Yeah.
I would probably take maths and like I was thinking nutritional. That's like a new subject.
Yeah.
Like that sounds like really cool. And then maybe physics and chemistry.
That actually, I can so see a combination of those 4 subjects coming together. You know, you could be the future CEO of Lay's or something. Because you'll need all those subjects together, right? No, chemistry.
Yeah.
Physics.
Yeah, physics. Chemistry.
Yeah,
Physics.
food science.
Physics.
Yeah, how to make the chips packet smaller. How to fill more air in it. All that is physics, right? Okay, interesting. How many more weeks, months, years before you guys have to make your final choice of what you want to be when you grow up?
This October.
This October.
It's 5-6 months ago.
Yeah.
3 years.
3 years. Wow. And you got 5 or 6 months, and as you're approaching the cusp, it feels like the train is coming in and everyone has chosen their compartment.
And
You think it's a crisis moment for a lot of kids your age right now?
Yeah, a lot of my friends
Yeah.
like have not decided what to do.
Yeah.
The same situation as me. They don't know what to do. Like I would say at least half of my class.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're so confused with the mixture and like so
I
many.
think there's like
schools,
a lot to choose from. Like there's too much, and we should have like gotten
Narrowed it down?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Well, there's a business idea. You know, if you work in the education side of things, then I think this is going to be a great market. A bunch of 10th graders who are trying to figure out what they want to be when they grow up. Well, you know what? Here's my 2-bit, okay? Not like you asked for my advice, but I'll give it anyway. I think that it's not really about choosing the subject, but I think it's about choosing the pair of glasses through which you're going to view the world. It's almost like learning a language. Whether you pick arts or science or humanities or history or politics or whatever, think of it less like a subject where you're learning knowledge and think of it more like a language. And everything that you study in the world will be in that language. So, I mean, sometimes you can be looking at relationships from an economic perspective. Sometimes you can be looking at your food from a chemical perspective. You know, it's really about picking the glasses that you're going to wear for not even the rest of your life. Because honestly, I think 90% of the people I know have made major U-turns in their life and major lefts and rights. So it's not let's just normalize the idea that this is not a for life thing. This is not some until death do us part wala scene. You can pick a subject and then you can change your mind, and it happens all the time. So yeah, good luck with you guys. And I hope theatre finds its way into your lives in some shape or form. So thank you. Thank you very much for watching.